So when I go into a reconcile bank rec inside GP, I go to click on First Bank. Whoops. I did say earlier that I was using Uptown Trust because it has transactions. We go Save, and we go to Transactions, and we've got a list of transactions. In order to do this particular bank rec, we would have a bank statement beside us or on another screen. We would come in here and start to select the ones that match up with you. You click them manually like this based on what you see on your statement. And then when this 480490 goes to 0, you'd be able to hit the reconcile and your bank rec would be done. Anything that's missing on your bank statement, you would then enter bank transactions and refresh this and then keep going like that. That's what you're doing on a day-to-day basis inside GP. So now let's go take a look at what we would do inside the bank module inside Business Central. So when we go into bank reconciliations, we get a list of the banks, and I'm going to use First Bank because that's the one that, as I said, I've got the transactions for. So when I open up this transactions, I've already done this. So what would happen is that on this side here, this is the bank statement lines. Because we've hooked up a file, you can download a file from most of the major banks, and you can download the file and you can upload it inside here. You can process inside here. You can transfer the GL under the postings or under the bank. So under the bank, I can import my bank statement. It would overwrite all of this information that you see on the left. It would add to that based on what's on that new statement. Now, you'll see that some of these things match up, 2244 and things like that. So what we have inside here is matching, and it uses Copilot to do this. And when I hit the match automatically, it's going to match automatically. It's going to pop up. It's going to ask me, what's my tolerance? So the bank statement has got a posting date or a transaction date that will be X days from when you actually issued the check. So if I issued a check on the 1st of January, I put it in the mail, you probably need to give them 10 or 20 days to clear it. So I'm going to put in 15, and I'm going to go OK. Now, when I go OK, it works on it. There's 14 out of 29 are matched, and I go OK. So there we are there. So I've got this 2298, and you'll see this 2298 here does not match. It does match, but you'll notice that it's outside of 30 days. I could just click on this inside here and match it. I would 2298, and then like so, and then I can hit the match at the top. And then I can match manually. So then I can keep matching, and then I would match it. But you'll see that it's done most of the work already for you. Got almost all my transactions inside here. I've got a few inside here which do not match up on this side. So this 2298 is the core one, this travel one here, 1003, 1003. This is a date issue. The others are just on my bank statement, but not yet in Business Central. So somebody has done some work online, maybe paid some bills online without doing the actual entry in Business Central. We hope they don't do that, but it happens that way. We put in the back end statement and things like that. Again, what we do is when the difference gets to 0, we can process the bank rec and we can post it. So when I click on posting, I post and print, and I can hit the test report. If I hit a test report, I think this one should work. We go preview. And there it is there. So there's the applied entries and the applied amount. There's your differences there. I'm out $8,000. So this gives me a report that I can deal with on what we need to have. So there's statement amount, the applied amount, and things like that. So we've got all these different amounts inside here. So that gives you kind of the idea of what you can do inside the bank rec.